All right, guys, what's up? It's October 28th. The sun just came up about an hour and a half ago. We're not hunting. This is a great morning. The weather's good. We just got back from Illinois, but we have our reason. We have something more important. We're headed south. We're headed to Georgia. My sister's birthday party tonight, her 40th birthday party.
Watch
pretty
out,
big
man.
one.
You're going to get us in trouble with that.
Yeah, I won't say it. Well, she didn't want me to say anything about being 40.
Right, so
I
don't
won't
mention that.
I won't mention that it's her 40th. But nonetheless, we're headed there. We're dressing up. We got costumes. There's people coming from all over the country to this party. So it should be a lot of fun. But we just got back from Illinois. Got our fannies kicked. There's no other way about it. We hunted for 7 days. The first 4.5 days were 2 of the mornings we didn't even go because it was like 70 degrees at daylight. The wind was blowing 20 miles an hour. And I don't feel like we missed anything those mornings because the rest of the mornings, not one morning did we see a mature deer on its feet. Unless
weather got us again.
I'm missing something. But yeah, the warm weather, rain got us last year. We should have kind of moved our hunt, and we talked about that, but we couldn't really with all we had this weekend.
And we knew we had to be somewhere today. So it was going in today anyway, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, we just hunted
so you
less.
just hunt when you hunt.
But it would have been perfect if we were getting there 2 days ago. But nonetheless, the evenings were pretty good. Austin had a great encounter with the upper 50s deer. Almost killed him. You seen, was it that same night? No, that was the night Cash killed the doe.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
You seen a buck and he was just cruising.
What'd you name that deer? Austin?
Austin, yeah, no, we won't get into that, but that's two-stroke, but we'll get into that later.
Right.
But what about the deer? What was he? The mature deer you seen, which is really you only seen 1 or 2 deer. He was cruising, he was eating on the edge of a cornfield.
Now, which one? The one on the green field, the big deer. I seen on the edge of on the 80. I seen him on the edge of the greens.
Oh,
and
that's
he was just
right,
cruising,
yeah.
making a scrape, and he kind of went the wrong way. Had he turned and come toward
That was
us.
in the evening, but that was in the warmer time. That was one of the days he got up to 70. Me and Cole, the only mature deer we seen was last night. He was a 4.5-year-old, and he was absolute hammer. It's probably the biggest Illinois deer I've ever passed. Came in at 26 yards. I don't want to say he was locked hard on the doe, but he was locked on the doe.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't 5 feet from her, but he was downwind over her. He followed her into the woods. She came out running with her tail. I said, Cole's about to get good. She immediately stopped to pee, and then we knew a buck was going to be behind her, but he was a few minutes behind her, but I think he was just downwind in the plot.
And then you had a picture of another deer you was hunting the night before that, where you should have been in the stand.
Yeah, the deer I was hunting off limits. Should have killed him the night before, but I was in a different spot where he had last daylighted, and I was just pinging back and forth between these 2 plots, and like I say, he kicked my fanny, and he ended up breaking one of his main points. So I was like, golly, now I'm gonna have to look at him real good to see if I even want to shoot him. So we had a ball in Illinois. We had a good time. We had the guys from Mossy Oak. We took a lot of pics. We had a lot of fun, and the warm weather enabled us to take a lot of pics midday because we didn't hunt as hard when it was hot. But it started getting good 2 days ago. Or 2 or 3 days ago. It got really good. I expect this weekend to be great.
Yeah, should be.
I did see the 1 deer with a doe, but most of the bucks we did see the last couple of days kind of had, they had cruising on their mind. They were scraping hard, cruising. They were refreshing those scrapes after that 4-inch rain we had over there.
And you had some pictures of some other good deer.
Rusty was on daylight twice.
2
days ago, one of the biggest deer on the farm was on camera at 10 a.m. cruising all by itself hard, and then at 6 p.m. that same night.
And usually, by the time we get through that week in Illinois and we've had bad weather or rain or whatever, I'm ready to go. But last night when I was sitting there, I was like, man, I wish I just had a couple more days here. But, that's just always the way it is.
That's what Fafa said. He said, man, can you imagine if we were just getting here right now?
Yeah.
And that's what I say, and I won't go back there tomorrow or Sunday afternoon. I don't know. I may come here. It just depends on the camera's doing. So I may make a pivot. I'm keeping my options open. I really want to kill off limits. I would like one of us to kill Rusty. So, but you got a big deer here in Iowa, so you're about to lock in on him hard for
I hope so.
2 or 3 weeks.
I
think you can get him killed. Well,
he's not like every year.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. So we're due. Let's put it that way. We're due. So, but if we do go to Georgia, rifle season's open. I'm gonna take Cash for a couple days. I would say he's itching to kill something, but he's always itching to kill something. His trigger finger's always ready. So stay tuned, guys. Hopefully we'll have something from Georgia coming up. But if you get to hunt this weekend, stay safe, stay strapped in. Good luck.